Hello friends, it's Miss Desert from Riverside Regional Library, and April is National Poetry Month. So throughout the month of April, I'm going to be reading some of my favorite poems to you. Yesterday, I read from It's Raining Pigs and Noodles. If you weren't able to check that out, it's still available on our YouTube channel, as well as our past Facebook post. You can scroll through and find it. Today, I'm going to read from Where the Sidewalk Ends by Shel Silverstein. So you may be familiar with him. He's also the writer of The Giving Tree. He has multiple different poetry books. This one, a matter of fact, he reads 10 of his poems, which is found on a CD in the back. So today I have 2 tagged for us to read. And let's take a look at this first one. I'm going to get a little bit closer so you can see the illustration. Many of his stories does have illustrations throughout them. Some do not, as you can see on the other page. We have some here and kind of just throughout. Our first poem that I'm going to read today is Captain Hook. I picked this poem as this summer we are doing our reading program as Oceans of Possibilities. So you might want to keep your eyes out to see if we're going to have anything pirate related this summer. So let's get started here. Captain Hook. Captain Hook must remember not to scratch his toes. Captain Hook must watch out and never pick his nose. Captain Hook must be gentle when he shakes your hand. Captain Hook must be careful opening sardine cans and playing tag and pouring tea and turning pages of his books. Lots of folks I'm glad I ain't, but mostly Captain Hook. And the second poem that I'm going to read to you also has an illustration. So, as you can see, it's a tree house, and that is actually the name of this poem here. And as you can see, it goes over into the next page. And I picked this one because I know many of us are wishing that the weather would go ahead and warm up for spring. So I thought this would be a perfect one to bring today. So let's get started. Treehouse. A treehouse, a free house, a secret you and me house, a high up in the leafy branches, cozy as can be house, a street house, a neat house, be sure and wipe your feet house, is not my kind of house. Let's go live in a tree house. So, once again, this is one of my favorite poetry authors. I have a few other, and maybe I'll bring you some more stories from them throughout the month of April, but I want to know, what is your favorite poetry author? Or maybe if you don't have like a certain author, maybe you have a certain poem. Let me know in the comments below, and maybe you'll see your poem that is your favorite featured on our story times throughout the month of April. Thanks for joining me today. I look forward to reading more poems with you throughout the month of April.